ladies, you should take your tops off. Pop off, drooling so much, think I'm getting lockjaw. Pop off, I know that they'll want me when I'm top dog.
What's good, y'all? Actually, MacDonald here, back with another reaction with my boys.
What's good? Cam Steady, video game rap battles, whatever.
And your boy, isthatfr0st.
Yeah, first. So I had a lot of people tell me to react to this song. I definitely never wanted to react to anything MacDonald ever. But apparently this man hit the billboard, and I was like, look, it's gonna be a talking piece. I think I got one bar in earlier, and I shut off the whole song. So now I brought in the boys. If you're a Tom fan, you're gonna come in here and hate me. I'm waiting for this dislike bar to just fly through the roof. But yeah, it's gonna be a talking piece. We're gonna do this.
if it's cool for me to jump in for 1 second, I think it's fair to say that off the bat, we all have not the best experiences with Tom MacDonald as an artist. So, like, if we seem like we're going into this lethargically, you're right. That's just the facts.
Yep. Now, I mean, like, hey, if it's still fire, it's fire. But like,
Could be.
I don't know. So yeah, all right. You know, enough with the intro. Let's go ahead and just jump into it. Let's go ahead and full screen it. Oh man.
I think it's crazy I'm the one who they labeled as controversial, and Cardi B is the role model for 12-year-old girls. There's rappers pushing Xanax at the... See
look again. I told you I made it one bar into the song. I made it one bar into the song, and I shut the entire thing off. I'm controversial with and she's not a role model. She literally says I'm not and the thing is, he knows it. He knows it. He's not dumb. He knows that she says, I make music for grown women, and I don't monitor your own kids. But then he gonna come through with this. Terrible.
Yeah, it's my one argument here is that people will objectively say, hey, Cardi B is a powerful, like, feminine icon, and whatever way you stand on that is that I think it is a positive force that there is a woman that's able to do what men have done in this genre for decades and present herself as this powerful figure. Like, that's like the positive side of Cardi B. It isn't aimed towards children. It's that Cardi B is just good for the culture, for the genre, because she's just doing what men have been doing for decades.
Absolutely. Pushing boundaries. I seen someone say that like WAP was like a top blah 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 song, and there's so many people mad about it, and I was like, to be honest, she kind of pushed boundaries. It made a conversation. It pushed some stuff.
What's the difference between WAP and From the Window to the Wall to the sweat drip on my balls?
Because she's a female. Because she's a female, dog.
That's the only difference.
You shouldn't be doing that for the women, for the young girls out there. Like, shut up.
Okay.
Oh my god. Well, again,
just talk to him, Tom.
We're 9 seconds in. All right.
Yeah,
Let's see.
There's rappers pushing Xanax at the top of the billboard, but if I mention race in a song, I'm scared I'll get killed for it. It's backwards. It's getting exponentially dumb. It's more difficult to get a job than purchase a gun. Eminem used to gay bash and murder his mom, and now he doesn't want fans if they voted for Trump. We're ashamed to be American.
Okay.
What? So I actually, one thing I want to talk to is that I actually have one of the top comments on Tom MacDonald's song about the fake, like, drug people, the Xanax drug songs. He has like a fake drug song or whatever, and that's just a whole nother conversation. But like, comparing like race discrimination issues with drug abuse issues is just apples to oranges again. Like the Cardi B and him, like, two completely different things. Like, it's straw man arguments. It has nothing to do with another. So I'm not going to dive into the Xanax shit and like drug use and music. But literally this man just like dissed Eminem for not using slurs anymore.
Yeah, you're right.
I didn't get that. He was like, okay, Eminem used to do all this stuff that now is bad. And it's like, yeah, he changed.
Also,
surprisingly, people grow.
Amazing.
also, the dumb part is he's talking about actual actions to satire. What Eminem did back then, like majority of the way, was satire. You know, he's like, oh, he's killing his mom. I was like, yeah, it's for a song. It's for song effect. Now, obviously, you know, we don't want gay slurs out here all day and da 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 da. But like, majority of everything he's talking about is satire, like not actual act. I don't know. Dumb comparison.
One thing I think that Tom MacDonald fans don't understand is, and Tom MacDonald himself doesn't understand, is the word satire. Is that there has to be some sort of underlying satirical meaning and reason behind your words. You can't just say something and then say it's satire. It has to mean something else. You can't say something provocative and then say it's satire. There has to be an underlying meaning behind it. If the meaning is Eminem's a pussy for not saying the F-bomb anymore, then that's not satire. That's just a diss at Eminem. So, I do not see Tom MacDonald's music as satirical. I see it as he's preaching a message unironically.
Absolutely. Oh my God. All right, 23 seconds. Let's go.
Let's go.
We almost there. Not at all.
We're ashamed to be American. You should probably love it, cause you have the right to hate it and not get stoned to death in public. As children, we were taught how to walk and talk, but the system wants adults to sit down and shut up. Cancel culture runs the world now, the planet went crazy. Label everything we say as homophobic or racist. If you're white, then you're privileged, guilty by association. All our childhood heroes got Me Too'd or they're rapists. They never freed the slaves.
Okay.
Wait.
Oh my God.
Or they're raping. Like, what if they actually are? What do you mean?
Yeah.
You
So,
want them to just keep doing it? Like, God.
It's God. Holy shit. There was so much to unpack there.
There
because
was
so my theory, and I feel like we're on common ground, is like some of us just don't believe Tom MacDonald 100% believes everything he says. He just Googles what's popular, like, to say and be celebrated for, and then strategically says the opposite to appeal to those that, like, you know, because racist people don't really have popular rap music, so they need something to listen to, somebody to agree with them. But I don't want to take up all of your airtime, Jones.
No,
like there's so much to talk about. Somebody else, please.
It's so crazy. Like, I don't, bro. That was so much. Like, that was like 10 seconds of just like
ignorance.
Yeah, like that was bad. Like that was all of that. Hold on, let me run it back like just real quick.
We gotta take it piece by piece.
All our childhood heroes got me tight, then you're crazy. Label everything we say as homophobic or racist. If you're white, then you're privileged, guilty by association. All our childhood heroes got Me Too'd or they're rapists. They never freed the slave.
Okay. Oh God. In the next line.
Okay, I'll start with. So
go ahead,
the whole white people are privileged, so they're guilty by association. Okay, yes, white people are privileged. That doesn't mean you're guilty of anything. It's just something that exists, and you just have to understand and be okay with it, and not
100%.
Make sure you don't use your privilege in ways that is incorrect and immoral.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
doesn't mean that you've done anything wrong just by virtue of being white. That's not what white privilege means.
I think that's the biggest misconception ever. When people go, oh man, or when people go, oh, something bad happened to me. White privilege doesn't exist. Like, white privilege doesn't mean that bad shit won't happen to you. It's just that it just means that your skin color won't. It does not matter. It never will affect you. You like ever. That's all that it means. But people want to twist it in some weird way. It's so crazy.
All that white privilege is that, like, because Tom MacDonald reeks of somebody who was, like, maybe financially less stable than he was now, and be like, well, what's white privilege? I'm not thriving. I'm poor. Like, no, there's no movement for me. There's no like Black Lives Matter movement for me, and I'm suffering out here. The system screwed me over. It's saying is that your skin color did not contribute to your poverty or your struggles in society or the economy. And there are, objectively, if you just historically, statistically, these are just things that exist. Skin color of minority groups can affect where people start out and their ability to climb in certain situations.
Absolutely.
And like To reject that's delusional. It's just
It's so dumb.
It's so
just
crazy.
People will say it's not a thing, that like white privilege is not a thing. Oh, because there's black people that do well in life, therefore like they can't be privileged. Like that, it's just so stupid.
It's
like
so stupid.
I've seen like rich black people with like plenty of money, plenty of status, plenty of power get profiled and say they match a description, end up in a holding cell or whatever for some amount of time, get out and sue the police department. But like that shit just would not have happened if they were white.
Exactly. Oh my god, it's so crazy. And then also, racism's not that old. Like again, my grandfather opened the first black bank in Cleveland. Black bank in Cleveland. My grandfather. Someone who's like, yo. It's
the one
crazy.
more thing I want to dive into is that cancel culture, like the whole cancel culture argument is so cringy, bro, because the people that are false flagged for cancel culture, like the people who are canceled but not rightfully canceled, is such a minority group compared to those that like have been exposed and that legitimately have caused like damage to other people's lives, whether it be in sexual abuse, abuse of power, situations like that. Cancel culture overall has just made a situation where you can't be a dick.
No.
And it's like, oh, boo-hoo for you. You have to conduct yourself like a good person and not abuse other people. That's the thing, man. I see people be like, oh, he did this 10 years ago. It's like, well, that's still bad. He still did it.
It's not a good thing. Oh my god, shit's so crazy to me.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's try to make a whole minute into it.
Yeah. Let's get into it.
I knew this was gonna happen.
Or the rapists. They never freed the slaves. They realized that they don't need the chains. They gave us tiny screens. We think we free because we can't see the cage. They knew that
Stop.
He just compared slavery. What I can only imagine is American slavery, because this dude's Canadian. But what I can only imagine is American slavery. He's comparing that
to cell phones.
To like social media.
I'm about to start crying. I was actually just
you know what annoys me so much is that people are going to see this reaction and be like, haha, he triggered you guys, he got you. It's like, no, he's just wrong.
Oh my god, the amount of misinformation. Oh my god, slavery didn't end. They gave us cell phones. They gave us cell phones.
Kanye.
That's it. Yo, man, Abraham Lincoln became the most villainous guy when he invented the iPhone.
Oh my god, bro.
I can't believe this guy.
Stop. Oh my god.
Here's the thing. Here's the one thing. Okay. Before the comments, we get the commentary. We just think it's stupid.
It's really dumb. It's a terrible really comparison. It's an awful comparison. Oh my god. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Hit us, Tom. Hit us.
Almost a minute.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
You can't see the cage. They knew that race war would be the game they need to play. For people to big teams, they use the media to feed the flame.
Okay, before this bad chorus, I already hear it. Okay. Okay, cool. Picking teams, race, media. I'm down with that.
Yeah, I actually agree with that.
I'm down with that.
Plus 1 point. 1 point for Tom.
I got it. Yeah.
I think the whole like evil media argument is so corny because like, yes, everybody just knows that now. That's not like a big fake woke thing.
Yeah. Well, he says media in every song, but like point.
Yeah, like that's not a new point that anybody's made. He's not like exposing everybody right now, like on this big grand backlit like scale. It's so dramatic with it too.
I will reveal the truth.
Also,
but
this
the one thing. Yeah.
This freeze frame is just killing me right now.
It's perfect. But the one thing I will say too, the one thing I want to say here is that we are like pausing it so much and just strictly critiquing what he's saying, because just the music side of it is just not like important. Like he's just not doing anything interesting as a rapper.
No, he's talking. He's literally just talking.
Yeah, it's like it's not a cool beat or anything like that. There's no like good production or anything like that. It's just line after line with no real coherency to what's being said from a pure artistic standpoint, that all we can do is break down line by line what he's saying. Like, this isn't a song. If you bump this in the car, you're weird. Like, it's like
Well,
put
hold on, man.
racism.
The
or,
chorus
like,
might be fire. The chorus might be fire.
If the chorus is fire and you can bump this with the boys on your way to try Delt, like. Maybe.
All right, let's go. Let's make it to the whole chorus. We won't stop it. We won't stop the chorus.
We won't stop the chorus.
All right, let's go.
They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what
He did the meme.
so fake woke. Same old safe zones. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about your feelings. I think it's crazy how these people.
Okay. Pause. First of all, one thing I want to talk about before I forget is the whole facts don't care about your feelings argument is so hilarious. Because one thing we were talking about earlier was like, like racial white privilege and stuff like that, where there's empirical evidence that points to white privilege, and then people like be like, well, no, like I feel like I'm oppressed, like white people. So like again, like they completely throw their own argument out the door. But the person who popularized that term, Ben Shapiro, which Tom MacDonald's basically the rap Ben Shapiro.
Yes, absolutely.
The person who made that popular is Ben Shapiro, and he is a complete hypocrite to his own terminology. I don't want to dive too much into it, but the people that use this term are traditionally people who are really good at picking out data. Like they find statistics.
Yes.
And then
I know what you mean.
like they cite real like important statistics, like, oh well, in 1864 this happened. But then they are able to twist that into an argument. Like just because you can cite something and have a bibliography does not mean you're using a fact correctly. I know that seems like a crazy argument for some people.
No.
But just because you can cite something does not mean that you're using your source correctly.
It's also
and Ben Shapiro is Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson, these people are geniuses at citing things and then going off and taking that citation and making their own argument that's completely abstract from that.
Yes, basically, I had this conversation with someone. It's basically taking stats without variable. It's basically saying this is happening, but you're not taking that this happened to make this happen. And
exactly.
So then you're just taking, so this. It was like, but this, because of this, and this. Yeah, but we're going to discredit the 10 other things that caused this. Okay, but you can't do that. No, this.
Yeah.
So,
like, slight flex.
Also,
I have a master's degree in analytics. Like, misrepresenting data by using some facts outside of that data to try and say, like, oh, even though this data was kind of boxed in just a certain sample size or only from a certain population, then just adding your own thing in it is a very, very common thing in politics and all that stuff to get points across that just aren't true.
Yep.
I know. The facts don't care about your feelings argument is like it's a bunch of people who are like, well, if you think critically, like these are the facts. It's like, well, if you think critically, you see that the data they're presenting doesn't apply to their argument.
Exactly.
No,
yeah. And the hook's also trash, like musically.
It was just bam, 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 bam.
And it was okay.
It's not the worst. It's not the worst Tom MacDonald hook I've heard. It's
Hey,
not
yo,
his
man.
worst one.
Hey, yo,
But
man.
who-
I can see a football team coming out to that. Bam, bam,
Who?
bam.
Facts don't care about you. First of all, can y'all name one other artist that mixes vocals like this aside from Eminem? Like where it sounds like it's almost like a guitar. Like
I know exactly what you're talking. I remember having this convo with somebody before, and yes, but they're very few and far between. But no, he's definitely
Like, I could
taking
name some more Eminem clones, but
exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Other
not
Eminem,
it's not
but
how
like
you
his singing always sounds like Eminem singing. Like his rapping doesn't necessarily sound like it, but his singing does.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's why Tom's the GOAT.
Oh my God! All right, let's listen to more of the
Yeah,
GOAT.
more.
Oh my God!
It's It's crazy how these people screaming facts, but they fake woke. Hate their neighbor cause he wears a mask or he stays home. Has a daughter, but his favorite artist said he slays hoes. Picks her up from school, music slaps on the way home. Censorship's an issue cause they choose what they erase. There's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate. I think Black Lives Matter was the stupidest name when the system's screwing everyone exactly the same. I just want to.
This is the one. This is the one.
That's the line. That's the line.
This is the one where everyone's saying, "Hey, I'm a 38 like year old white like woman who just, you know, and I'm far from your average rap listener." But I'm showing my kid this song, copy pasta thing that Quadeca started. Yeah, that's the line right there. Which no, the system is not doing everybody the same. If you think that you're really dumb, and you're fake woke. So I mean, fitting title for the song.
No, like Tom's it's actually, I feel like he might be a genius because his whole song is from the perspective of someone.
Bro, he's playing 5D chess on us. Hold on. Hold on.
Here's my situation, is that you know, I grew up in a very Republican area. I had more conservative beliefs growing up before I was able to expand my own horizons, and I get the concept of you see riots on TV and don't understand what's going on, be like, okay, maybe there's something wrong with the Black Lives Matter movement because it's causing property damage. Like, that's an argument. It's not a good one, but it is an argument. But to say that Black Lives Matter is a fundamentally flawed movement is not the look.
It is not the move. Because I will say, all right, as a black man, like, again, like you saying, you living inside of there, like conservative, like neighborhood, yada yada yada. Me visiting states just as a black dude, I could literally go to a state and someone inside their 50s will be like, hey, not to be rude, but I never had a extended convo with someone black before. You're way different than I thought. I'm like, that's so wild. You're in your 50s, bro. I was like, like it's so crazy that. But then the thing is, all they have, because the thing is, the U.S. is only 13 to 14% black. So the chances of people having black interactions are not high, like across the board, which is so wild. So basically all they have is TV. And again, point to Tom, media twisting things and usually painting us inside a negative light. Because surprise, surprise, racism in like media and twisting things is not dead yet. But I can see how people could have such skewed views. He should not have skewed views. He seems worldly enough to know better, but the thing is, he probably does know better. Yeah. I'm going to say, and we know that he knows better. He just knows that he can sell this. Like,
yeah, and like you can take one look at his views between this stuff and then his like original songs and see like 5 million versus 700K views and know that like he knows he has to tap into this market to keep himself afloat.
Yes.
So it like, again, he's just doing what I'm trying to think of previous people who've done similar things, but this is not a new model. He's just the current biggest one to do it.
True.
Like,
True.
Call out the rap game. Early Hobson, calling out drug users in the rap game and all that stuff. Like 2012 Hobson. Like, exactly. He's repeating the model. It's a business model.
Yeah.
And sometimes people grow out of that situation and just go off to make art. So far, Tom MacDonald has not made that transition.
No, not at all. But all right, let's go ahead and at least try to hit the halfway mark before we hit 25 minutes.
Oh my lord!
We're gonna do our best, man.
Spend Thanksgiving Day with food in my family without being accused exactly the same. I just want to spend Thanksgiving Day with food in my family without being accused of celebrating native casualties. We got so divided, it's black and white and political. Republicans are bigots, libtards if you're liberal. There's riots in our streets.
One second. Just a pause for 1 second. You're Canadian, Tom. You don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Next.
Okay. I was thinking. Let's go.
Libtards if you're liberal. There's riots in our streets and it's just getting worse. Y'all screaming deep on the police. Y'all are genius for sure.
No, I know. Why is he making oh my God, why is he making the fucking defund Oh my god! Hold on! I want a stupid face off my screen. Oh, there's no fucking escaping him right now.
No.
Oh my god! Oh god! No,
Ah.
bro. Again, everyone should know it's all about. It's not like exactly defunding. Like, yes, it's defunding police, but it's allocating resources to different departments to deal with other situations better. Oh my gosh, man! Because not
Police
every
are
single.
so
Oh my god! Because not
so
every single
overfunded.
exactly. First of all, overfunded. Second off, not every single situation. Most calls do not call for someone with a gun. Most calls do not call for a person who needs to take action like that. Most of them, they're social workers that just can like really help out in situations like that. Try to make situations better. It's oh my god, like it's a whole convo.
It's a lack of critical thinking. Again, like going back to the lack of critical thinking from people with these arguments, is that they see the words defund the police and they think abolish the police department.
Yep.
And while abolishing the police department is an argument that's made from some people on the left, that's not what defund the police means.
Nope.
That means that there's funds in the police that can go to other places. That doesn't mean abolish the department as a whole.
Yep. Go to other places to also strengthen and make it better. Which is that's the whole thing. Okay, cool. All right, let's go. Let's try to make this short. Oh my god.
Deep on the police, y'all a genius for sure. They're underfunded already. They're way too busy to work.
No,
This man just said they're underfunded.
Cap.
Oh my god.
Cat, that's hey Tom, facts don't care about your feelings. The police are not underfunded.
Which police department was it? They just bought a bunch of Teslas.
They about to whip a Tesla.
Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. But that's just ignorance of facts.
It's oh my god.
That's ignoring facts.
Oh
That's not I don't know facts. That's I've seen facts and I'm ignoring them.
And it's straight up ignoring. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Damn, I swear for every line that he says that's wrong, he grows another chain. I swear to God. Oh my god.
For sure, they're underfunded already. They're way too busy to work. Order food and call the cops. See what reaches you first. Segregation ended, that's a lie in itself. That was a strategy to make us think they were trying to help. They knew that racism was hot if they designed it to sell. We buy up every single box and divide us ourselves.
All right, quick pause. Yes, Tom just described his business model. Racism is still hot, and they sell it. That's you, Tom. That's
yeah.
You.
Also, the thing is,
you
he's
exposed yourself.
And he also talked about segregation, we know segregation happened. Like, this isn't yes, there's like systematic racism and shit that stems, but like segregation technically is ended. Again, like I said, my grandfather had black banks and shit like that. There's already we already touched on this kind of thing, but like it already happened. But the fact that you acknowledge that should show that you could see why it affects stuff today, but you don't acknowledge it.
I think the fact that just 3 dudes in this call with no data pulled up or anything like that, just being able to say no, like speaks to how surface level his claims are. Like, the other thing with Tom's music that you guys need to see, if you are a fan of Tom's music, you need to see how surface level his arguments are. He's not proving himself through his music and making commentary. He's saying something that you already agree with.
Yes.
He's not proving people wrong. He's saying, like, hey, police are underfunded.
Yep.
What are you gonna do about it? Like, that's the end of the argument. There's nothing else there. There's no intellectual commentary here. He's just saying
his
things
evidence
that are
was
contrary.
that Postmates can get to you faster than the cops, which is somehow evidence that cops are underfunded. Try and make that leap. Just keep it moving.
I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. My MacDonald's is 1 block over, and the police station's 6 blocks. So, mathematically.
True, I didn't do the science like that.
Oh my god. Let's listen to this fire hook, bro.
And divide us ourselves.
They so fake woe.
Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woe. Same old safe zones. They so fake woe. Facts don't care about your feelings. We use violence to get peace and wonder why it isn't working. That's like sleeping with a football team to try and be a virgin. Politicians.
What?
That bars.
That is hot garbage.
No, I'm not gonna talk about.
I don't.
What?
Oh
No,
my
I'm not.
God.
I'm not trying to prove anything wrong. It's just what?
It's just.
What
First
was
of
the
all,
point?
That
First
was
of
just a
all-
weird flaw.
First of all, just that like just to make this quick, it's like I'm assuming he's talking about right, the Black
I
Lives.
understand the bar.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
We're doing this for the
What's the
viewers.
bar?
We're doing this for the viewers. No, because he's talking about how Black Lives Matters. Shit kind of get out of hand. Da 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 da. First of all, I know plenty of people who went to protest and got beat for being peaceful, just for the fact. But the thing is, obviously, even if that's your argument, it did work because being peaceful for so long didn't do anything. Because Colin Kaepernick, Colin Kaepernick lost his entire job for being peaceful and doing nothing wrong. But then yet as soon as a big hubbub of basically a ton of people happened, they were like, hey, looks like we can't get away with that because they're not going to sit there and roll over and take it anymore. Looks like we should probably fix something.
Unfortunate to say,
Oh,
violence
okay.
has been used to get peace for all of existence.
Yes.
It's just a thing that happens. It's not the only way.
Yes.
But it has worked plenty of times.
Yeah, and there's the whole there's actually some great both videos and articles and just scholarly documents written about the whitewashing of MLK, where in reality a lot of MLK's marches turned into riots.
Yes.
And whether that was police instigated or not, it just depends on the situation. But there was a lot more violence during these peaceful protests that we read about in our school textbooks. They just kind of give you the cleaner version of everything.
Yep.
So the whole peaceful protesting thing. But I do agree with the first half of the bar where he talks about I thought it was more about anti-war stuff, where it's going invading another country. But if it's more about the police brutality, fighting brutality with brutality, then he lost me there.
Yeah.
But I thought he was talking more anti-war stuff. I was like, okay, anti-war is good. But they talked about the football team virgin thing, which I don't get it. What's the bar?
That's bro. It's just a really bad comparison. Also, real quick before we move on, just to touch on your whole MLK whitewash thing. Fun fact: they the textbooks and stuff really love using black and white photos to make things feel old. So then it makes you think that stuff was way further back than it was. MLK, majority of all of the photos that you'll see with MLK are actually in color, and they just put them in black and white because it makes it feel like, hey, all this stuff was fucked up, but it was way far back. So
I know there was color movies and TV back then. Crazy.
Absolutely. But
Photography. Yeah.
let's go. Oh my God! All right,
But,
yeah.
but
let's
wait,
go.
what's the? Can somebody quickly just explain the virgin football team?
Because you said using violence to get peace, that's a counterintuitive, and having sex to become a virgin is also counterintuitive.
Yep.
Wait,
Bars.
why the
That's
football
the
team?
bar.
Was there more?
Bars.
Was there more?
Let's find
the bar,
out.
man.
Let's find out.
All right.
We use violence to get peace and wonder why it isn't working. That's like sleeping with a football team to try and be a virgin. Politicians are for sale and someone always makes the purchase. But you and I cannot afford it. Our democracy is worthless. If a man has mental illness, call him crazy. Say it silently. When country's going crazy, we accept it as society. Get sick and take a pill when the side of...
Okay, real quick. We accept it, bro. You literally just talked about people rioting. No one's taking anything, lying down.
No.
You just said, you contradicted yourself in less than 4 bars. Which one is it?
It's just the thing is he's just contradicting himself 100%, and it's this whole he didn't build off the virgin shit.
No, it's
that's just a bad bar. I know I'm hung up on that one. But
He's I know a lot of just conservative moms that'll be like, oh, I agree with them, but they shouldn't they shouldn't protest like that, or they shouldn't do it like this, and then they don't offer an alternative. And this is what he's kind of doing here, where it's like, you like, don't just sit down and do nothing, but don't get violent, but don't
the
protest,
thing is,
but don't.
The whole thing is like his like. Obviously, Tom MacDonald skews right, and like he'll throw in one bar about like, oh well, the right can be lame too, just to like be like, oh, I'm neutral, like
I'm a centrist.
Like, I'm calling everybody out. But obviously, he skews farther right.
Far right.
And the whole argument like our democracy is worthless, and like you'd be talking about the Capitol riots and stuff like that in your music if you thought the democracy was worthless, because that's an example of our democracy voted in somebody, and then people tried to throw that away. Like that's an example of democracy being like worthless, is people don't care about it. So like, where's your example?
Cite your sources.
There's clear examples. Yeah. Facts don't care about your feelings, Tom.
God
Facts
damn
don't
it.
care.
Oh my God. We're almost there.
We're almost there.
Get sick and take a pill. When the side effects get you high, you get addicted like these rappers dying fighting with sobriety. Censoring the facts turns our children into idiots. They claim it's for our safety. I'll tell you what it really is. Removing information that empowers all the citizens. The truth doesn't damage points of view that are legitimate. They're trying to change amen to amen and women. How'd we let them make praying a microaggression? Instead of asking God for the strength to keep winning, we cheat to get ahead and then we ask him for forgiveness. Feminism used to be the most right.
Okay.
What is he talking about? What is he talking about?
I don't know where. Hey, we gotta. Like, people say prayers like before like sports games, like all this time, like in a secular, we have a separation of church and state, so it makes sense to be like, hey, you can't have a public prayer like at the beginning of a public school. Like that makes sense and stuff like that. I don't know where the prayer is an aggression thing is coming from, because like I don't know where the argument is. Like, what's an example of a prayer being silenced in a public place?
Well, again,
where it's supposed to be.
Okay. I'm about to say it was cool. And also the thing is, he's talking about people saying, you're saying amen, but you should say a like woman or something like that too, because like that's becoming a thing. And I don't think anyone's really taking that one too.
Yeah, I don't think.
Crazily, I
ignored that one.
Yeah, I think, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I was just like coasting. I was like, look, I'm gonna just let him say some like dumb shit. I don't agree.
Yeah,
with
that was
any
just
of
corny.
It. Yeah,
that was just like, screw inclusion. Like that was just the bottom line of the book. There was no commentary there, because like he was talking about religion, but then he was talking about inclusion, but he doesn't build off the inclusion, so it's just a one-off bar that has nothing to do with anything.
It's majority
like, again,
of the song is
that's my
one-off
argument.
bars.
Is he just says a thing that like you agree with? Like literally, if you said screw women inclusion at the end of that bar, it's like you're just weird. That's like there's no commentary in what he's saying. He's just saying a thing that you might agree with.
Shit is so wild. All right, I think we're getting close to the hook, so we can just rock out.
Yeah,
Millie Rock.
Hell yeah.
Instead of asking God for the strength to keep winning, we cheat to get ahead and then we ask him for forgiveness. Feminism used to be the most righteous of fights, but these days it feels like they secretly hate guys. I don't trust anyone who bleeds for a week and don't die. I'm just kidding, but everything else that I said is right.
Oh my God! Wait, hold on. I want to see how proud he was, and look at how proud this man was to say that shit. Oh my
awesome
God!
Joke. This man threw in shit like that and still showed up on Fox News. Like,
He said, period
That just shows how much
bar.
Fox News doesn't give a shit. They just will throw anybody who agrees with them.
Oh my
That's
God.
He's so
what
proud.
was his argument there? I just completely forgot because of the lame period joke.
All right.
Oh, it was the misinjury argument. Is that feminism hates guys? And it's
Guys,
like, that's such a SJW owned compilation watchers view. That's such a Redditor view. It's like, okay, yeah, like literally you saying that like feminism as a movement is hating guys, like taking the Tumblr girls as a representation of feminism, is me taking Tom MacDonald as a representation of the Republican Party. party.
Oh my god.
Like that, like they're two like cringy like pockets
it's
of a
Yeah.
bigger
of a
thing,
group,
and
yeah.
like, yeah, it's
fake woke,
it's
fake dope.
it's just
He really got those 11-year-old Tumblr girls. He really smoked them.
Oh my
I'm-
god.
Got him with that one.
Oh,
He got him.
they hate guys.
Oh, but everything I said was right.
Period.
Yeah. I'm just kidding, women. You know I love you.
Oh my
This
god.
man trying to be Eminem.
All right, it's time for a nice Millie Rock.
Just the fights, but these days
It's
it feels
always
like
the
they
wife
secretly
beaters,
hate
too.
guys. I don't trust anyone who beats for a week and don't die. I'm just kidding, but everything else that I said is right. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Same old, same songs. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about your feelings.
Video by Nova Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm not giving you the rest of the watch time. Anyway, I already gave him. We already gave him 40 minutes of watch time. So that's.
Oh my god.
We already gave him 40 minutes of watch time. Okay. So, do we watch Canceled, or do you think this is enough? Because I told you this was gonna take 40 minutes.
Maybe a
paid.
separate video.
Oh yeah,
Maybe a separate-
absolutely a separate video. Yeah.
I feel like we're already so in the zone. We might as well see how he follows this up. 'Cause, like, I'm never gonna get in the Tom MacDonald zone again. Like, this is not going to happen.
You're
again.
right. You're right.
while we're here-
You're right. Let's go
Yeah,
ahead and do
for
it.
sure, correct.
My thing here again is going back to, like, we've already talked about all the points, corny, whatever. But just, if you listen to this as like real rap or like good music that you just bump in the car, you're just weird. Like, it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with the lyrical content. It does have something to do with it, but it's just like this type of song. As this is like, if you bump, what is it, Ill Mind of Hobson 5 in the song with like other people in the car, it's like everybody's gonna be looking at you like, what are you doing?
Like, yeah, dude, yeah.
Yeah,
Hip hop's dead, and I'm the lucky savior. Kind of mad, and
that's four.
and I'm a Hobson
That's,
fan. Oh, my bad.
that's a good one. That's the one where he says, "Why are black people the ones that can't evolve?" That's the one.
I'm talking
Wait,
black
so-
people are Neanderthals, and I'm like, okay.
I was like,
alright.
Back is a story.
And then, like, then you see all of the white dudes being like, "This is my favorite song." I've seen big like white rappers and YouTubers be like, "Yeah, this is my favorite song," and I'll be like, "Oh my god, bro, do you hear what he's saying?"
Now that is
You're a-
one that gets it. He gets it.
Oh my god! And we're Hobson fans, so this is what we're
Yeah,
telling.
like I
We can-
I
was
listened to
my
Hobson
favorite.
back then.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I thought he was speaking.
I know.
Yeah.
We can still poke fun at people that we like. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
exactly.
Oh my god! But anyway, we're
yeah,
wrapping this video up. We're wrapping this video up. All right. So if anything, the next video will still come out this same day, hours later. So if you actually watch this thing, it's coming out later. So go ahead and watch it. So this is GameboyJones signing out with my boys.
Camp Steady, go Tom.
And
And you boy, is that frost? We out here.
all right, we're gonna skedaddle. Bye bye.
Pop off. Come on, ladies, you should take your tops off. Pop off. Drooling so much, think I'm getting lost.